Sup everyone, this is Casual Talk here. Today I'm going to be talking about how gun violence is in the rise and you cannot afford to make one simple mistake because it can now cost you your life. Now today, people are getting shot for trying to look for help from knocking on their neighbor's doors or even knocking on a stranger's door. You can no longer drive on someone's driveway without taking the risk of thinking that you're gonna wind up getting shot or killed. You can't even afford to open someone else's car door or try to open someone's car door without the individual thinking that you're stealing from their car or trying to hijack their car. And come to find out, when you try to apologize, it's too late. This is what happened to these three individuals here. Unfortunately, the young girl on the far left, she did not make it. She passed away recently. This was a few days ago. Her case was unfortunate, where she was with a couple of other friends. I believe it was three other friends she was with in the car, right? Her friend got lost, and he had no choice but to pull up on a neighbor's driveway. And by the time he was leaving from the neighbor's driveway, the neighbor shot fires at the car, at the vehicle, and it took the woman's life on the far left. It took her life. I covered her video recently. I recently covered her video. I forgot what her name is. I'm going to link all the sources down in the description box down below in this video, and I'll also be making a comment post pinned down below in the comments with the links of all the cases on what happened to each of these individuals, their names, etc. For the girl in the middle, her along with her other friend, they are, what I heard, and what I researched, they're both cheerleaders, right? For like a high school or something like that. I don't know if it's college or high school, one or the other. They parked at a parking lot. I don't know where this was at. And apparently when the girls was trying to find the car, they stumbled across someone else's vehicle before they knew it was not theirs. They stumbled across someone else's car that looked just like their own. So there's cases and there's instances where people out there may have the same vehicle as you. It's going to happen. And right before that, the girls, the cheerleaders, was going to apologize to the man, right? Shots fired. Thankfully, the girls are okay. They're alive today. It's unfortunate that the girl on the left did not make it. Now, for the young man on the right, he was going around. I think he was going to pick up his niece or nephew or his cousin. It was a family member. I'm just going to say that because I don't want to lie about this. He was picking up a family member. He just got his driver's license from what I've heard and what I've researched. 16 years old. And the GPS, he accidentally put the wrong address. So from what I heard and what I've researched, he was knocking on, I think he was looking for help. He was knocking on doors, and then he stumbled across this old man. I forgot what the name of the old man was. He comes across his house, knocks on the door. The old man got up, shot the kid twice. One bullet landed in his head. I think one was on his chest or his arm, I believe. He's in bad condition, bad shape. I think he got out about days ago, and I don't know if he's even doing well. All I know is that God took care of him. God was looking out for the two individuals on the middle and on the far right. On the far left, it's very sad. She was 20 years old and she lost her life. It's sad that these three people, regardless of their belief, their faith, I don't believe or agree with intentionally, purposely trying to take someone's life. When you have a gun, the purpose of a gun is to kill. That's what its operation for, and it also has its purposes to wound an individual if you know how to shoot right or target. If your only intention is to shoot the person's leg to cripple them, then go for it if you have good aim. There's nothing wrong with that. But the action that these men took to harm all these individuals, their intentions was to kill the victims. You have a situation of three men who harmed these three individuals in a span in about a month span. And it could be sooner than that. It could have been 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a week. And these three victims are not the only individuals that are getting shot for simple mistakes. There was a 6-year-old girl who got shot for trying to retrieve a ball in the neighbor's backyard. You have to be insane, sick, twisted. Something's wrong with you up there. Something's wrong with you. Where you think, where you have the power to take someone's life. You must be sick in the mind to think that, because there's people out there that has this God-like complex where they feel like they're a God. No, you're an individual who has free will to choose to do good or evil. That's my faith. That's what I believe in. And the men chose to do evil. Can you believe that? A 6-year-old? You know how many cases out there? It's getting worse, guys. It's getting worse. The fact that in society, in America today, people are so comfortable to hand these people guns. They don't look at their track record, their background, nothing, right? And there are people who could be sane. Yes, I understand that. That's out of our control. You just never know who's racist, who is evil, who hides their evil intentions well, or who will snap. You just don't know. But clearly, all these men who harmed these individuals here, these victims, right? All of them are the bad guys here. They all got caught. Now now I'm pretty sure they're suffering and have to go through all these problems now. Especially for the girl that died on the far left, the 20-year-old girl. You can't even enjoy yourself without having to worry about someone trying to just harm you because they want to. Or someone that wants to harm you because of your race. I'm going to teach my kids a valuable lesson to make sure that if there is a mistake that they think they're making, double check yourself. That is the last thing you could do. Check with God and check yourself. And in any situation, Realistically, you have to check yourself first. Okay, I think I got the wrong address. Let me look at the GPS. Let me call my family. I am not. This is not to say that the black kid on the far right was wrong or he knew better. He was just trying to look for help. But all these three people that were harmed, right? And the young woman who died, unfortunately, on the far left, this is a lesson learned. This should be a lesson learned for everyone out there. With news like this, you should look at it like it's unfortunate what happened to them, but I'm going to learn my lesson from each and every one of their experiences. Not to approach strangers' doors unless they're out and about and they look friendly and approachable. If I don't see them inside, I am not going to go and knock on no neighbor's door or go on their property. If I don't see no one around, let me call my family first. Let me go on Google for help. Let me put my windows up, park in a safe area away from people's property so I don't get shot at or accused of anything. Because in the end of the day, yes, this is being realistic. Many people are going to question you if you're on their property or you're in front of their property. I would do the exact same thing, but would I go on and use a gun to confront you and just shoot at you instead of asking questions? No. I would wonder what are you doing on my property if it's past 5 minutes now? But everyone is not realistic or they don't have the means of comprehending things. So many people today are just so quick to kill. This is what happens when you give so much power, you give guns for free in America. This is what happens when there's evil, that they're the ones that are the takers of your own life. Or you don't even know if your life was flashing before your eyes. You don't know if that day is your last because of a mistake, because of an accident. Even a child, the one that I mentioned could have lost her life, but thank God she's still alive. Thank God she's still alive. You can't afford to make a mistake out here anymore. You can't. If I know someone got the same car as me, it's best to have a tag or a beeper to make sure that that's actually my car. You have to be smart. You have to act smart. You have to think. Use your mind. Use the brain that you have before jumping into conclusions, which could get you killed, could get you hurt, and someone else killed in the process. And it's unfortunate that there's a lot of evil people out here that you don't even know who's carrying a gun anymore. You just don't know. You don't know who's crazy. You don't know who has problems. And the men that harmed all these three individuals, they looked like they had problems. They looked like they were scumbags. They were just racist. They were racist douchebags. They looked like they were up to no good. They looked like they had problems. Yes, they did. You could just see it. They did not. They probably felt like they did no wrong. Some could even think that it's justified, but at the same time, it's evil. That was evil deeds that they were committing to. They were giving strength to Satan. They were giving strength to the evildoer. That's it. It just hurts me and saddens me that you can't even just get by with people without anyone trying to bother you. You have to watch your back. It's not only that, you just have to be aware of your surroundings in general. Move smart, be smart, and act smart. Learn from these individuals. Don't go in people's backyards. Don't be on people's property. It's unfortunate that this happened to them, but it's like you can't even afford to lose anything that you got. Okay, the ball went in the neighbor's backyard. Okay, cool. How would I tackle that situation? Best to leave it alone. Knock on the neighbor's door, if God forbid, if I have to, If I have a car, I could go in it, sit in it, put a note on their door, say, hey, my daughter's ball is in your yard. If you could please return it. I live in this address, such and such. You see a car that looks just like yours, put a tag or a sticker on it so you know, like, okay, I know there's millions and other people out there with the same car as me. This is a new model too, right? I'm going to expect that. So let me put a tag on the car or something, or a sticker where I can identify that the car belongs to me, so I don't get it mixed up with someone else's car and could avoid getting shot at or even killed. Someone's driveway, let me just park on the side and move somewhere else away from the person's house and away from their driveway, and then go on about my business. Find a safer place to park, away from other people's areas, away from other people's property. That way I don't get in trouble. Or just quickly escape, do what you have to do. Don't remain on standby. You can't stall, you can't sit around, you can't wait 5-10 minutes, you can't. It's unfortunate and sad. This is America, the land of the free. You can't even live to think that tomorrow or today might be your last. But you have to learn from other situations to not be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Protect yourself. Live right. Do right. There are some things that are not in our control. I understand that, right? But we also place ourselves in bad situations where we also are at fault sometimes for getting ourselves killed in the process for a simple mistake. The little things like this, it's unfortunate what happened to the victims. It's unfortunate what happened to the young woman on the left. She lost her life. I pray that their family finds peace from the situation. But it's sickening to know that these men out here, or there's even men out there that are just like the other men that harm these individuals. They're just out there somewhere. They're wolves in sheep's clothing, waiting to see who they could kill and who they could annihilate, who they could slaughter. You just have to be like a ninja out here. You have to move like an assassin. You have to be in stealth mode out here. You have to just be aware of your surroundings. I'm going to teach my kids that. You just have to move smart, and you have to be one step ahead of the victims. You have to be one step ahead to not become a victim like these victims here. I'm sorry what happened to them, and I'm sorry what happened to the ones that lost their lives in the process. That's all I got to say. Pray, put God first, guys, because this life out here, you have to move smart. You have to move smarter than this. You have to. Learn from the individuals here, the victims here. Learn from their experiences and make it your greatest strength to move forward. Casual talk here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.